Jim Doge. Okay, so we're going to talk about some foot stuff. Let me put this down. So, if your calves are hurting, you can do a few things. If your heels are hurting, it's probably tight calves. So we can do a few things to fix that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to break up the fascia in our feet. So let's just get this aimed down so you can see. We're going to break up the fascia in the feet. So you want to roll the bottom of your foot. You can do this with a sock, of course, if you want. Roll the bottom of your foot all over. Put your weight onto it. Don't stand up on it, but it should feel very uncomfortable. Stretch and roll, release. Stretch and release as you roll. Sit on a spot that hurts. Stretch and release. All through the whole foot. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing we can do is we can stretch our calves, and we're going to do that using our body weight and our other foot. So what I want you to do is get up on your calf. I don't think you can see that. Flatten it down and come all the way up. You can use this foot to apply resistance if you need to help you get it down. In the broad shot, in the wider shot, sorry. There we go. The wider shot, you have your hands down. You have that foot flat, you raise it up, press it back to the floor till your heel's on the floor. Up, back down, up, back down. It's important to feel tension from the bottom of the heel up through the Achilles tendon and up into the calf. All right, so that's two things you can do. Third thing you can do, you can come over to a raised surface. You may not have a platform, but if you don't have a platform, you can simply stack a couple of plates up. You want to have the crease of the ball of your foot above the edge. And you want to put that heel down into the floor. Step that other foot up solidly. And focus on pushing that heel into the floor. Once you've got that established and it's very tight, if you can then bring your hips forward to add tension. Bring the weight forward onto this off foot to add some tension to this foot. And then once you've done that and everything's loosened up, then keeping that heel in the floor, bend that leg that you're actually doing the stretch on, bend it at the knee and drop that weight, drop your butt down so that there's weight into your heel and work that flexion a little bit. And those things should help. Okay, let's talk about ring rows. So with ring rows, these are a good progression exercise for when you're trying to learn how to do the jumping chin up and then the regular chin up. So these will build some strength in your biceps, that's your upper front arm, and your back, as well as your core. So the idea is that the steepness of the angle dictates the difficulty. So essentially, the more upright you are, the easier they are. And if they get too easy, all you have to do is step your feet forward a little and change that angle. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. First thing, use your arms and tension on the rings to help you get safely into position. Then, you simply pull until you've got your shoulders fully retracted. And then let yourself back down again. Notice that my core stays straight. I'm in a plankish type position here. If this is too easy, I can walk forward a little, change that angle, make it a little harder. Make it a little harder until eventually I'm pulling straight from the floor.